its energy. They told myths and wrote songs about it. One even named the mountains after it. Chicanagay, which means land of great smoke.
One early legend explains that the mystic smoke clouds were left as a sign by the Great Spirit.
Another tale describes a Cherokee chieftain, Kanate, who climbed a mountaintop and smoked his sacred peace pipe for days on end, until he had chased away the winter chill of the north winds, creating Indian summer. In doing so, he left the smoky haze hanging there forever.
In time, our own Tennessee trailblazers forged a path for the restless people who turned their faces toward the mountains. Overland they traveled, searching for a dream, filled with a vision, and fueled by the burning curiosity to discover what lay just beyond that next mountain.
Theater, home of an all-new musical explosion, Fire on the Mountain. Please take a moment to acquaint yourself with our theater. There are 4 exits, 2 on each side of the theater for your use in the event of an emergency. According to the Tennessee State Fire Code, smoking is not allowed inside the theater. Refreshments are welcome, but we ask that you please use the trash containers located directly outside the theater for your empty or unused items. During the course of today's performance, pyrotechnics will be used. For your safety, we ask that you please stay away from the front of the stage, and that you please remain seated until the house lights come up at the end of today's performance. Thank you. We hope you enjoy Dollywood's Fire on the Mountain.
Fire on the mountain. The spirit, the people, the stories, the music. The Cherokee Indians, our Native Americans, were the first to discover the fire and smoke in these mountains. They harnessed its energy. They told myths and wrote songs about it. Why, they even named the mountains after it. Chicanagay, which means land of great smoke.
One early legend explains that the mystic smoke clouds were left as a sign by the Great Spirit.
Another tale describes a Cherokee chieftain, Kanate, who climbed a mountaintop and smoked his sacred peace pipe for days on end, until he had chased away the winter chill of the north winds, creating Indian summer. In doing so, he left the smoky haze hanging there forever.
In time, our own Tennessee trailblazers forged a path for the restless people who turned their faces toward the mountains. Overland they traveled, searching for a dream, filled with a vision, and fueled by the burning curiosity to discover what lay just beyond that next mountain.
Our early settlers, the Scotch-Irish, were not aware that they were making history. They were far too busy living it, fighting to survive the mountain snows and the valley mud. Onward they pushed, as the multi-hued mountains called out to anyone who would dare to challenge her mystery. I am bound for the promised land. I am bound for the promised land. Oh, who will come and go with me? I am bound for the promised land. I am bound for the promised land.
I long to hear you roll away, you rolling river. I'm sure to leave you and away. I'm bound to love. So
Come, there's a wondrous land for the hopeful heart, for the breathing man. Come, there's a wondrous land for a build your home in the mountains. Come, there's a wondrous land for the hopeful heart, for the breathing man. Come, there's a wondrous land where I'll build you a home in the
And so they came, a strong-willed people who forged their homes out of these foothills and brought their love of music with them.
The jigs of our Scotch-Irish ancestors blended with the skills of the mountaineer musicians, seizing the Smokies' fiery spirit and passing it on for generation after generation to hear.
Sweetest, come roll along with me.
Every Sunday morning with my family by my side, we'll hop into the wagon and we'll all take a ride.
Wait for the wagon, wait for the wagon, wait for the wagon, and we'll all take a ride. Wait for the wagon, wait for the wagon, wait for the wagon, and we'll all take a ride.
Side with the red and the gray squirrels play, and the sound of the fiddle where the old man died and they carried his soul away. Well, some boys hammer on the steel all day, and some put a furrow in the ground, but nobody did it like the mountain boys when the fiddle and the bow came down. When the fiddle and the bow came down. Oh, the mountain boys talk real funny, and the mountain boys talk real slow. Nobody did it like the mountain boys when it came to the old banjo. When it came to the old banjo. Oh, the mountain boys talk real funny, and the mountain boys talk real slow. Nobody did it like the mountain boys when it came to the old banjo. When it came to the old banjo.
My Uncle Bill got still on the hill where he runs off and gathers
As the days passed into years, the smoldering fires along the mountainside became the rekindled songs of the mountain people. It was the music of the common man, played and sung by the people who created it.
Sometimes it was friends sitting on the back porch, picking out a tune on the banjo, or folks pulling out the fiddle, some called the devil's box, and dancing to a hoedown.
But other times it was neighbors, gathering together at the end of a long day's honest work, and lifting their voices in praise to God.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
Take a moment and think back with us to one of those warm summer Sundays when the fire on the mountain was sparked by the children's captured fireflies as they flickered in mason jars.
Oh, how those mountains would ring out with those joyful songs of praise.
Go back with us now to one of those holiday singings with dinner on the ground. Cause when you're singing for the Lord, everybody sounds good. Folks would gather here from miles and miles around. Oh, we'd highways with chicken and all those country mixes and the holiday singing and dinner on the ground. Yeah, we piled in the wagon, hit that old Mount Olive road, reached church a half hour early with our baskets tasty load. First thing your old brother Ted just called on and preached the word. After that good old country eating, the finest singing you ever heard.
We were looking for a city where the streets were paved with gold, with cabins and mansions where folks would never grow old. A special kind of Sunday we'd let our voices ring, singing good old gospel music. How we love to sing. Precious memories.
This little lullaby, I'm gonna let it shine. This little lullaby, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Oh, this little lullaby, I'm gonna let it shine. This little lullaby, I'm gonna let it shine. This little lullaby, I'm gonna let it shine. Every day, every day, every day, every day. Every day I'll let it shine, I'll let it shine.
The melodies of Southern Appalachia have their roots planted firmly in the soil of tradition and inspiration.
Those hand-me-down harmonies that flow from weather-beaten country
The gospel melodies that echoed out of the old camp meetings and dirt floor tent revivals.
The traditional shaped note and sacred harp singing schools all had their beginnings right in these very mountains. And if you listen real close, can still be sung and heard today. Oh, I'd like to go back to that old country church to hear the songs of praise. How the people would sing, it would make the rafters ring in that old country church.
Shall we gather at the river, the beautiful, beautiful river? Gather with the saints at the river that flows by the throne of God.
Oh, I'll never forget at that old country church how the glory of the Lord came down, and the children would smile as they shouted down the aisle at that old country church.
In the sweet, by and by, we shall meet on that beautiful shore. In the sweet, by and by, we shall meet on that beautiful shore.
Then on Sunday I see all my friends so dear to me at that old country church. When it came time for prayer, everybody would be there at that old country church. And I'm leaning on Jesus, I'm leaning on Jesus, safe and secure from all harm. Leaning on Jesus, I'm leaning on Jesus, leaning on everlasting arms. Now the years have gone by and so many have died at that old country church. But they're on the other shore and they'll sing forevermore as they did at that old country church. I am
The fire on the mountain was burning brighter and stronger than ever before. The fiery soul of Southern gospel became the heartbeat of country music.
The radios crackled with a twang of country guitars as mountain music began to burn up the airwaves. During the golden years of radio between the mid-1930s and 1950s, Knoxville stations like WROL and WNOX, Tennessee's oldest radio station, helped to develop the careers of many country music entertainers. The list of these talented performers reads like a who's who of country music. Kenny Wells, Roy Acuff, and Chet Atkins. Stars such as Pee Wee King, co-composer of the Tennessee Waltz, Bill Carlisle, Martha Carson, Smilin' Eddie Hill, Funny Man Homer and Jethro, and country comedian Archie Campbell, and of course the original masters of bluegrass music, like Pop Spellman and the Spellman family, and the Latin Scribes.
we're coming your way from our new studio on Gay Street with another edition of the ever-popular Tennessee Barn Dance. So, here's your host for this evening's show, our master of ceremonies, Lowell Blanchard.
Good evening, folks, and welcome to our show. The whole gang, I'm sure, joins in with me in saying thanks heaps of noodles for dialing in and listening to the program tonight. We want to thank the Dixie Ramblers for a nice opening number. And let you know they'll be rambling down to the fairgrounds this weekend for the holiday jamboree. We also want to remind you to be sure and write in for your free autograph picture of the Dixie Ramblers sticking right outside our new studios with the band standing in front of their bus. Now, there is a lot of requests and there is a limited supply, so be sure and write in for yours today. Well, folks, we got a real special treat for you on the barn dance tonight. Visiting with us all the way down from Bristol, Tennessee. Will you help me make him welcome the old P. Vicar himself, Tennessee Ernie Ward.
Some people say a man is made out of mud. A poor man's made out of muscle and blood. I said muscle and blood. Skin and bones with a mind that's weak and a back that's strong. You know, 16 tons. What do you get? Another day over and deeper in debt. St. Peter, don't you call me 'cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store.
Thank you, Ernie. Next up on the program, we got the Smoky Mountain Boy himself from Maynardville, Tennessee. A popular guest on the show, and I believe will someday become the king of country music, Mr. Roy Cow.
From the great Atlantic Ocean to the wide Pacific shore, from the Queen of Glory Mountains to the South Bay by the shore, she's mighty tall and handsome, she's known by well by all. She's a combination of the Wabash, Cannonball, Santa with Bar Boys.
Thank you, Roy. Come across the Smoky Mountains in Shelby, North Carolina comes one of the finest songwriters I've ever met. Composing country hits like Patsy Cline's Sweet Dreams. Now this next song he's a-fixing to sing for us tonight was written in Knoxville in a house trailer on the Clinton Highway the very same afternoon that he wrote his famous Old Lonesome Me. Now can you all believe that? Yes, sir, the same afternoon. Help me make him welcome singer-songwriter Mr. Don Gibson.
I can't stop loving you. I made up my mind to live in memory of an old lonesome time. I can't stop wanting you. It's useless to say. So I'll just live my life in dreams of yesterday.
Well, it's time to gather around the microphone and sneak into your hearts and homes with the smooth sounds of the Tennessee Waltz.
As the lazy rhythms of this beautiful waltz continue, I feel compelled to share a little story with you about this tune. Mr. Pee Wee King and one of his musicians, Red Stewart, was driving back back from a gig the other night. Was listening to Bill Monroe's Kentucky Logs on the truck radio. Old Red spoke up and said, you know, it's odd. We make a living here in Tennessee and nobody's ever written a Tennessee waltz. So they took a melody they was using for a theme song, the No Name Waltz, and Old Red started writing the lyrics on the back of a matchbox. Well, they kept putting it together and came up with this beautiful song.
Yes, I lost my good old garden the night they were playing the beautiful Tennessee waltz.
This portion of tonight's program is brought to you by Scouts Indian River Tonic. It's guaranteed to restore good health for your backache, stomachache, toothache, and dandruff. It's good for whatever ails you, and then some. It'll cure you coming and cure you going. So don't forget to pick up a bottle of Scouts Indian River Tonic.
I remember when this old boy from Luttrell, Tennessee got his start playing the fiddle behind the Carter Band. Now he's a regular fixture and a band musician here on the show. When you think of country guitar, you think of the country gentleman, Mr. Guitar, Jack Cairn.
Well, neighbors, I reckon that about wraps up our ball of yarn here at the barn dance tonight. Speaking for all the performers here on the program, I'd sure like to say thanks for tuning in. And until next week, don't forget to keep those cards and letters coming in.
There's a totally new fire burning on the mountain these days. It's sparked by the songs of a new era, and it's fueled by the stories that are ignited by the pens and guitar strings of the Smoky Mountain songwriter. You know, it's always been said that you can't have a song without a story. And these songwriters, they certainly have a story to sing.
Felice and Boodle O'Brien are probably best known for the tunes they composed for the Everly Brothers.
Musical hits like Bye Bye Love, Wake Up Little Susie, and All I Have to Do Is Dream were all chart-topping successes.
In 1967, while the Bryants were visiting here at Gatlinburg, Felice suggested that they write some bluegrass music.
We're in the mountains, she said. Let's write a mountain song.
And within 10 or 15 minutes, they had composed one of their most popular tunes. It has since become an official song for our state and East Tennessee's national anthem.
Once I had a girl who rocket dog had where the other left cat. Well, she was wild as a mink, was sweet as summertime. I was the dream about that. Let me down in the Lord's street, home sweet home to me. Good old Rocky Top, Tennessee. Rocky Top, Tennessee.
Dave Loggins was born and raised in Bristol, Tennessee.
His earliest recollections of music are dancing and singing, as his father played the fiddle around his home. Although Please Come to Boston made people aware of Dave Loggins for the first time, his music has been around for quite a while.
including hits like this duet with popular Canadian songstress Anne Murray. I was words without a tune.
I was a song still learning so
A poem with no rhyme.
a dancer at a time.
But now there's you.
Nobody knows me like you do. What if I never met you? Where would I be right now? It's funny how life just falls in place somehow. You touch my heart in places
That I never even knew.
nobody loves me. Nobody loves me. Nobody loves me like you do.
Got some oceanfront property in Arizona. From my front porch you can see the sea. You got some oceanfront property in Arizona. You buy that and I'll throw the Golden Gate in free. Born just down the road in Lake City, Tennessee, this young songwriter moved to Nashville in the late 70s, changing his name from Dean Rutherford to Dean Dillon. He has since made a career out of co-writing hits for country superstar George Strait. You buy that and I'll throw the Golden Gate in free. Yes, if you buy that, I'll throw the Golden Gate in free. Today Dean's making a name for himself on the music scene with other hits like Rockin' in the Smokies. Now the lights go down, Hank Jr. hits the stage, and everybody's up on their feet. Now Haggard and Jones are up in San Antonio, they got them sitting on the edge of the sea. Well, now Dolly got a Dollywood, then she went to Washington to see those they can you see. We got smoking in the Rockies, rocking in the Smokies. Everybody loves to hear the country boys sing. We got smoking in the Rockies, rocking in the Smokies, all across the U.S. of A. Now CDB is down in Tennessee, and he's the different time they win. Well, I didn't got the words, the rocker got the bird, and everybody loves to hear him sing. We got smoking in the Rockies, rocking in the Smokies. Everybody loves to hear the country boys sing. Well, I didn't got the word that the rocker got the bird, and everybody loves to hear him sing. We got smoking in the Rockies, rocking in the Smokies. Everybody loves to hear the country folks sing. We got smoking in the Rockies, rocking in the Smokies. Everybody loves to hear the country boys sing. Oh yeah! Look out Mountain, Georgia, the last hideout of the Cherokee Indians before their tragic trail of tears.
It's also almost soulful sound is stirring unprecedented excitement on the new horizons of contemporary country music.
Everybody dinner, open your door. Other than that, what are they good for? I'm talking about they all want a girl, just like a girl. If every dear old dad, they make me so mad. I'm talking about it. So you can't read a mind that's bigger than you. You can't live with a man who just can't shoot a man. Talking about it. Yeah, they got their toys, they're in for noise. They're nothing but a bunch of overgrown boys. I'm talking about just scream your feet. Ooh, yeah. I'm talking about they're going away.
One unique fire burning on the mountain is the home fire.
Years ago, the Indians struggled to keep their home fires burning. When they went out to hunt, they always left someone behind to protect the fire. And when forced to move their homes to escape the bitter cold of winter, they covered their fire and carried it with them.
During war times, caring American women kept the home fires lit with love, while their soldier husbands fought on distant shores. Recently, the phrase has taken on yet another meaning, as described in this song by popular Smoky Mountain songwriter Ronnie Millsap.
Whatever the meaning, we hope that somewhere there's a home fire burning for you.
I come home and I hit that door. I remember what these aching arms are for. She's my one life when the world goes dark. Tomorrow it's the same old grind, but she'll be burning in my mind. She keeps the home fires burning. Ooh, it's her warm love that keeps me turning up. But I'm out earning a living in a world that's no more pouring rain. She keeps the home fires burning. Ooh, it's her warm love that keeps me turning up.
Ronnie Millsap's early years as a boy growing up in the Smoky Mountains of North Carolina had a definite influence on his music. And when he returns to his country roots, his lyrics are about broken hearts, and his music sings of lost and lonely love.
It's almost like a song.
Dolly is one of them.
She is acknowledged as a leading influence in country music and the personification of the American dream.
As a child growing up in the Smoky Mountains, Dolly started writing music at home, outside of Sevierville, in nearby Locust Ridge.
Her dream was to someday go to Nashville. The day after graduation from high school, she was in Music City.
She has since established herself as an internationally known entertainer, reaching new heights as a recording artist, TV personality, and movie star.
But her sincere love for her family and these mountains she calls home will always be reflected in her self-penned songs.
You ought to know, somebody told us, 'cause the air is filled with gold dust, and fortune falls like snowflakes in your hand. Just for Appalachian farm folks, there's nothing more than high hopes, so we headed out to find a promised land. Oh, these morning nights are dreary, and my southern heart is weary. I wonder how the old books are back home. How we gonna lead on, sweet Jesus? I know your love and guide lead us. Smoky Mountain memories keep me strong. I'll give a look into the water, keep our hands above the water. Appalachian memories keep me strong.
once said, nobody can explain the fires on the mountain, but the people who live there and believe in it know what it is.
And whatever fire you look to, the Indian legends, the mountain folklore, that old-time religion, the songwriter's pen, or even that unexplainable glowing phenomenon naturalists describe as foxfire, whatever it means to you, it's our hope that we somehow touched off a spark of enchantment in your life and brought some enjoyment into your